Hi you guys, I don't normally do a video like this, but I've come over to Rushden in Northamptonshire. I came over here actually to get my hair cut, and Rushden is a population of around about 31,000 people, and I truly cannot believe what's happened to this tiny little town in England, right? And as we walk down the high street, you will see how the town has actually been taken over by foreign nationals. That's the best way I can describe it. There's more Turkish barbers in here than I've ever seen in my life. and you have to bear in mind that it's a town of only 31,000 people. Now, as I say, I don't normally do videos like this, but I was so sort of shocked. I just thought that, you know, I need to film this and then put it out, right? Because England, Great Britain, United Kingdom has been taken over. And this little town here, this little town of Rushden in Northamptonshire is actually, you know, it's like the epicenter, if you like, and shows you just what's happened to this country over the last few years. Now, as I say, I don't normally do this sort of video, right? But I thought this story needs to be told. So anyway, stick with me. We're going to take a wander down the high street, okay? And you will see, you know, just what's happened to this small Northamptonshire town. Now, it used to be a lovely little place. I'm not saying that it isn't a lovely little place still. You know, it's probably got some really nice pockets to it. But the point that I'm making is the fact that 80%, or if not more, of the businesses on the high street are now foreign. They're not English, they're foreign. It's quite amazing, and I'll show you around a bit anyway. So it's self-explanatory. It's self-explanatory, this video, so there may not be a lot of commentary on it, okay? But anyway, you'll see it for yourself. All right, so take care. Stick with me. We're going to take a wander down the high street. So I'll show you a little bit of where we are. Right, we've got some new buildings. We're right on the corner here of Station Road. Right, we've got big Asda's down the road there. Now, as I say, I used to come over to Rushden some years back, and to me it was also always you know, one of those sort of quaint little English, lovely Northamptonshire villages or towns, should I say. But coming over here today, it absolutely shocked me to the roots. As I say, I came over to get my hair cut. There's a fella over here, hairdressers, an English, I'm pleased to say, who's a barber's. And so I came over, and I've never really explored Rushden. I've done the church in the background, which you can probably see, but I've never really explored it. Here we have, what do we have here? USA chicken, pizza, kebab, burgers, right? Okay, and as I say, most of these shops and these commercial units are all owned by foreigners. Right, we've got another one here, Blue Corner Cafe, Greek gyros, right? Across the road we got another piri bloody chicken place, Figo's. You can guarantee that that's foreign. Blue Corner Cafe, yeah. We do have a nice Wetherspoons across the road. I've never been in it, but it looks nice. And I must admit, I've never had a bad meal in a Wetherspoons. Food has always been good. But yeah, as we walk down here, right, on my right hand side you will see what we have. We have the Crazy Razor, traditional Turkish barbers, right? And you see the size of the shop, and there's hardly anybody there. I don't think they, you know, we'll see whether there's a customer or not. There are one or two sort of interesting shops here in Rushden. Here, look. You see what I mean? Right, they've got this massive great corner shop. There's CCTV cameras everywhere. And there's not a soul in the shop. You see that? Right, and then we got up here, we have a Mediterranean tapas and cocktail bar. It was obviously a bank. Looking at it, I would say it was probably an old Midland bank or something like that. Right, but that is a Crazy Razor, traditional Turkish barbers. Right, over M&B local. Well, I've seen the people that are running that place and they didn't look at all British to me. This, as I say, there's one or two interesting shops, and I found this is an interesting place. They got all these lovely models in here. Really, really nice. So if you're looking for models, look at these. Got the old Abro Lancaster, Lockheed Martin. Is that the spy plane? I think it is. But yeah, Osborne's. So if you're looking for models, this looks like a cracking little shop. It's not open, unfortunately, otherwise I'd have gone in and filmed it inside. It's got locomotives in there and all sorts of stuff. Really interesting. But I also noticed this place next door, right? LAD clearances, pre-loved furniture. Again, well, I don't think I'll be venturing in there, put it that way. Right. And we got Lord Chippy and Kebab, traditional fish and chips. Kebab, when was a kebab traditional fish and chips? We do have a woman's hairdressers there, which looks rather nice. Okay. But yeah, I just thought that, you know, here we got Yum Jamaica. Well, I don't know about that, do you peeps? Another vape house. Right, these vape places, they're everywhere. And across the road without getting run over, hopefully. And I'm hoping that I don't get beat up as well for filming this. Now, I went in here, this bakery and tea room, on the corner of West Street, and it's rather nice actually. But look at Rushden always had some really lovely buildings. This one dates back to 1894. I don't know what it was originally, but looking at it, I don't know, it strikes me as an old fire station. But this place has really gone downhill. As I say, we've got this bakery here and tea room. That's really, really nice. So if you're in Rushden and you want to buy some models, come over to this little tea rooms here. Okay, that's really nice. But then we have, look, this is another, look at the size of this barber shop. Look at the size of it, it is huge. Right, so we've got two massive barber shops already. Okay, and he has one customer. But look at the size of the shop. And it's one customer in there. Okay. Then we've got one of those horrible tattoo parlours. Why people want to go off and have tattoos is totally beyond me. I've never understood it. We have another new refurbished vintage, another junk shop basically over there. And I can tell you again that is not run by anybody British. Mio desserts. Get a load of Mio desserts. And across, yeah, over here, look at this. We've got another finest Indian cuisine. Look at the state of the flats above. Look, you can tell by the state. I'm going to see if I can zoom in on this. Yeah, look, you can tell by the state of these flats what you have. Okay. We have a domestic appliance place. Many years ago, I used to have a domestic appliance business. Here we have, look at this. International supermarket. I'm not sure what that flag is up there, people. Maybe you can tell me. But it doesn't look like a Union Jack. Okay. Next door we got Mamma Mia. Look, more kebabs. Okay. Next door to that, Authentic Spices. We do have Stitches. That looks traditional tailoring. Richard James, estate agents. And then over the road, what do we have again? We have Euro Foods Plus. Get a load of this. Get a load of that. Right, this place really has gone downhill. And I don't know, wow, that's a noisy old car. I don't know how the council can allow it to go this bad. Right, I'm sure that if you went to the council and said, look, you know, I want to open up a place here in Rushden and etc. And they'd want to know so much about you, and you'd ask for planning permission and it would probably get refused. Happy Mondays Cafe. Here we got a Costa Coffee, which I was surprised to see. I didn't know that existed there. We have up that road there, we have yet another vape shop. High class butchers. Now this looks traditional. You don't see these very often now. A proper butcher's shop. Hiya. Proper butcher's shop. Look at that. Yeah, got some nice looking pies and all sorts in there. Homemade faggots, wow. So, I've just come out the butcher's shop and believe it or not, I've managed to buy some faggots, traditional English faggots, which you never ever see. Across the road, we have yet another kebab shop and a reptile centre. Oh no, reptiles, it's blood. Another tattoo parlour, right, and yet another kebab shop. Buy, sell, play. I don't know what that's all about. Collectibles. You're right, buddy. I'm just doing a bit of filming. I just I can't believe what's happened to Rushden. You can say it's all right. You can say, I'll just turn this off. I've just got talking to an English fella. He's lived over here 20 odd years, and even he is complaining about the state of Rushden, you know, and saying basically all the same things, that, well, that the majority of the British population, those that are indigenous to the island, of course, would say. So here we've got HSBC Bank. This is all closed down. Yeah, you see the banks are all closing. They want to put everything online and that. I take it this will become another Turkish barber's shop, and they'll turn it over to flats up the top. It's alright, I thought she was going to run me over. But yeah, as I say, I don't do these videos. But anyway, we've got a nice little pub here, the Rose and Crown. What's this here? 5th something times a charm. Heaven knows what that is. Look, and another junk shop. Right. Well, no, it isn't a junk shop, I don't think. No, Sparkle Gifts, it's not junk. I think most of that is new. Here we have another one of these weird beauty salon places. And yet another repair shop. There's a guy in there. And yet another nail place. Yeah, well, you haven't seen, and I'm not going to walk the whole distance around the town, but I'm going to go right up towards the church. I probably won't film the church today. I have filmed the church before. We've got another one of these sort of junk emporiums. God only knows what that is. Another takeaway, another foreign takeaway. And look, how many of these beauty salons have we seen doing hair for women? I think this is the 4th, isn't it? Just on this high street alone. With a population of just 31,000. Lovely old building here, look, National Westminster Bank. I'm going to cross the road and film it. And we've got a nice plant place here, but look. Look, yet another bank closed down. Look at that. And in the blink of an eye, oh look, I missed that one. Oriental Gourmet Food, the chicken shop. Get a load of that.
Right, catch you later, sweetheart.
There's quite a few charity shops down here as well, and I've always said that you can. Oh look, we've got another. Look at this. There's a lot of work going on here. The Latte Laundrette. Right, it looks, well, I think we know the score. I don't think you have to say too much. Just read between the lines, people. Just read between the lines. Yeah, we've got another barber shop over there called The Collective. Right, look at the size of that. And again, I think they may have one customer. No, I don't think they've even got one customer. Right, here we got Rushden Food Centre. Another nail place. How many nail places have we seen? I've lost count. Babba's Diner. Well, I wonder. Here, look, Top Cut Barbers. You see? Not a soul. Not a soul inside. Chemist shop. Looks like, I don't know if that solicitors is still going. Possibly. Another foreign food marketplace. But yeah, there's some lovely, here look, there's a church in the background. As I say, I have filmed that church before. And we got, what do we have here? Another sunbed place. and yet another barber's shop. So, and even I've lost count of the amount of barbers that we've seen. And yet, on the corner again, another tattoo parlour. And I think I've already made my my opinion of tattoos quite plain. Oh look, and we have yet another hair lounge, right? Again, you know, I can't say too much on this video because I don't want the thought police turning up on my doorstep. Yeah, look, Rushden Cafe. Get a load of that. But yeah, there's the beautiful church there, St. Mary's. I have filmed it before. I won't be going over today to film it, but I may come back and do another video of that church actually, because it's really, really nice. Problem is, as I always say, that finding the churches open is somewhat rather difficult. Yeah, well, look, we've got a Mrs. B's sandwich emporium there. That doesn't look too bad. And then yet another mobile repair shop there. How many mobile repair shops do you need for a tiny little place like Rushden? Come on, you know. Are you telling me that they're all making money out of repairing mobile phones? You've got to be kidding me. This place seems to be quite busy. Yep. Full English breakfast. Look at that. Mind you, yeah. Jacket, potato and beans, £6.40. I think that's a bit OTT, don't you? So anyway, whoops daisy, I nearly fell over. Oh look. We have yet another hair salon. And what's this here? Carbon facials. I would have no idea what a carbon facial was, but it's another tattoo parlour. Yet another tattoo parlour. For the love of God. You know, why do people want tattoos? And you know, I feel so sad when I see these pretty young girls, or young girls, or girls of any sort, any females, should I say, and they've disfigured their bodies by having all these ridiculous tattoos. Yeah, look, Wainwright's, good English barbers. There you go. Brother and sister run that. Okay guys, so I'm going to sign off now, and well, I do hope you like this video. If you do, please comment, like and subscribe. There's lots of places that I've missed, I know that. Okay, but anyway, there's something I need to do here, and I've forgotten what it was. So I've got to get my head back on, and to what I'm supposed to be doing today. So please like, subscribe, and give me your thoughts. All right, catch up with you later. Lovely building over there. It says Cabinet Place, 1881. As I say, there's some wonderful buildings here.